Let's look at the reason why a lot of business owners would want something like this. It comes down to that they're looking for answers to help propel their business and their personal wealth ahead. They're looking for more time to concentrate in other areas, more time for themselves and their families, and they want some sort of plan to help show them where to focus their energies for the greater outcome. Running a business is fun and can be very rewarding. Not only are you the star of the show, you're also making real-life, day-to-day decisions. You gain a real significance within your community by what you do, and there is just so much that sometimes the day can actually control you. You see the money coming in for all the efforts that's been put in, and then you also see that there is a lot of other things you could be doing to help propel your business along, but you just haven't had the time to really work on it. Or sometimes you just need good direction to know where the focus is on a daily basis. And this is what I'd like to help with, transforming a business person who is still operating to a business owner that can manage their business and steer its direction towards growth and sustainability. My first business was an established caravan park in the tourism industry. It had 77 sites and about half were permanent long-term residents. The other half were either seasonal fruit pickers or grey nomad tourists. It was very seasonal and there was a lot of juggling funds to cater out the whole year. We ran this for 8 years and after about 5 years we really felt the pressure of burnout. In the last 3 years we had to make some radical changes to make our business continue to work. We just wanted to be a family together and settle into a role that could allow us to be nearer to each other and to teach our kids some business and some life skills. Naturally, we wanted to grow the turnover. We also made a pact that if we got into business, we would jump in with both feet. This meant that we'd be involved in network meetings, industry conferences, and volunteer and community events too. Being just the two of us and a few cleaning staff, we really tried to do everything ourselves to keep the costs down. But you know, when it rains, it pours. Sometimes there was just not enough of us to go round. We tried putting on staff to help out. We tried to tackle certain areas, like I would drive the administration and the cleaning side and he would look after the maintenance and the grounds. I decided it was a good idea to get accredited, so I put in procedures and adhered to legislation to lower any liability risks. I started creating some systems of how the business should be run. It reached the 5-year mark and we were both totally exhausted. Things had to change or something was going to break, and that could even have been our marriage. Gosh, business can be so rewarding, from the planning to seeing your work evolve into something that generates money. I loved that I could make and implement decisions and not have someone watching my every move, creating doubt in me or telling me that I had to write up a change form so the boss could authorize the work that needed to be done. I just love the sense of freedom I got in that working role. So much so, things I loved working on would sometimes see me there hours in my office, figuring out how to put all the pieces together. Unfortunately, I was missing valuable time, not being with my growing family. I suppose the biggest learning I got was if I don't watch the whole game, you may end up with an overworked, underpaid job that gives you no work-life balance, that in return could leave your most important assets, your family, your personal health, your personal money, in tatters. Definitely I love the significance that I felt being a community leader by having a defining business in the lovely seaside town. I loved the challenge of trying to outdo the previous year in turnover and profits. I loved the relationships I was forming, and I loved how I could dictate what I wanted to pay ourselves. There was no better work experience for a resume like running your own business. At the 8-year mark, we were fortunate to sell, but we also laid to rest our broken marriage. Luckily, our kids were teenagers by then and they had their own network of friends to help them through the process. I loved business so much that my next project was creating a startup business with my new partner, one that we are still managing today. I've gone on to educate myself more in wealth strategies, investing, and building profitable businesses. I've written a few courses on personal wealth and a winner's mindset. I have just launched my first book, Get Rich, Be the Voice. I'm now working with business owners to help them overcome their struggles and move them from a hands-on operating position to finding a better work-life role through managing their business. As I was studying, I called a colleague in the caravan park business and took on a role for 3 to 4 years to help steer his marketing and brand exposure. I also took a position in the front office and doing his bookwork. The aim was to work on the areas that he, like many other operators, did not have the time to work on himself to build that sustainable brand. We got him nationally accredited, which means we wrote up all the procedures and adhered to audit and legislation. We entered tourism awards. We targeted magazines and TV shows to come and stay at our park in order to have them write up what has been the strength of our town during the hard times. We partnered with more online channels and worked on marketing strategies. And then we recognised areas that needed more qualified people, and we got those connections to come on board. I have so much love and admiration for someone who wants to carve out something and see where it takes them. The courage to go against the grain and create or build that venture. I'm learning too, and I'm amongst action takers, and this is where I love to be. I look for those win-win situations. There is total applause for those businesses that really play full out and can take it to the next level. Sometimes the ride is so swift and you feel like you can't do anything wrong. Your business is going great because of the inviting space that it's created. Your message is strong and your customers can relate to. People want what you're offering. But when you also have someone on your side to help you steer the energy to all those areas, like where the money goes, or your own personal wealth building, or your dedicated family time, your contribution to causes that you believe in, working on being innovative, putting measures in place to help manage your business. When this happens, true satisfaction and fulfillment can finally be experienced. It is great if you want to do it alone, but we all know that successful people in their endeavours have had coaches and mentors to help propel their vision forward. You have to ask, what am I doing to keep the energy up, to keep the momentum up? What timelines am I working towards? Who's going to keep me accountable? If you're not creating the change you want in upscaling your business, there obviously has to be something there that has not been understood or participated in. My coaching works when you understand the life cycle of a business and the indicators of what is needed to be optimal. It is your business and you control the pace. But I also don't want you to give up when things aren't going to plan. My role is to move you forward into a more work-life balance that sees your business grow and become sustainable before that horrid burnout kicks in. Your family is one of your greatest assets. So is your personal time to experience all that life has to offer. So is growing your personal wealth. Sometimes we lose sight that business is actually just a vehicle to make money, and that the real prize is how we spend our lives, what we value, and who we get to spend our life with. We need to watch that our businesses, which is just a big, great ball of energy, is not sapping all the precious time that we have to fulfill our personal needs and the needs of our family. Personally, I recommend getting a business coach to start setting the foundations in place and plan the road that is right for you now. It's not that you cannot plan it yourself. It's more that life's distractions get in the way, and what was important to you gets put on the someday I'll get to it pile, and well, time is counting down. Just think of where you could be in 6 months' time or 1 year. Think of the tasks that you could offload to another, and the relationships and the focus that you could be putting in the right areas that could increase your bottom line. Maybe there's a holiday, or you want to see your family, or you want time out with your buddies, or some similar situation that you've always put on the back burner, because you felt that you needed to be present in your business as it cannot run without you. When you change your perspective, things really ramp up and real change occurs. Why would you keep waiting, putting this on hold again and again, when you can work on the chance to have it all, the work-life balance that we all crave for? Business owners are a funny creature. They've been employees in the past that have worked really hard at doing a great job in the role that they were exposed to. But they craved more. When they took the brave step to run their own business, the role they took on was doing everything themselves. I find that most business owners that are operating are still trying to do it all themselves. They believe that no one else can do what they do. I can't hire good staff as there's not enough cash flow. I work a seasonal business, so I can't retain good staff. I have to pay bills ahead of myself. I believe in delayed gratification. Anything the business owes me will be there at the time we sell. I have a traditional business, and online marketing does not apply to me, or it's just so time consuming. Partnering with online channels is just giving away all my profits. I don't get anything out of collaborative marketing ventures. Customers only frequent a few times before wanting to try something new. The business needs money more than paying myself. Profits are more important. These are belief systems that are just great to hide behind, but in reality, they're just comfort zone alarms going off to stop the owner from taking more proactive steps in building their business and lifestyle in general. Fear, doubt, and limiting beliefs come to the surface when you get too close to making a dramatic change. But we all know that if we can tap into a niche that's not serviced properly in our communities, we will make money. If we just tweaked what is working by adding more value, we will make more money. If we just work on being interactive with our best clients, we will get more business. If we follow some wealth strategies, we could build on what we already have. If we learn to partner with other businesses, it can loosen the ropes that hold us back. If we could free up money to employ the right type of people that can add their value, it would take us to greater heights. If we could branch into other income streams, that would increase our revenue. If we could learn to sell to more people at one time, or learn to automate some of our sales processes, we would grow exponentially. If we work on ourselves in wealth building and our relationships, we would be happier. If we learn to help others beyond our environment, we would build more authority and feel more rewarded. I would like you to use the information provided in the free report, the 5 must-do strategies to double your daily success as a small business owner. Set aside some time to focus on what you want to achieve tomorrow, and then wake up early and head into work. I want you to look at all the data that's important to capture to know what could be tweaked at every process to increase sales. Check through your operational manuals and see that you have documented everything necessary to allow someone else to come in and operate your business if you weren't there. Are there emergency procedures, staffing procedures, and selling procedures that are documented? Work on a plan to block your day. Create rules to filter emails, time to catch up on email requests, time to work with staff, time to operate, and time to manage your business, and time to work on growing your own personal wealth, and so forth. And then look at your to-do list and work on whether it should be done now, soon, or later, and also look at whether it can be done by you or delegated to another. In the next session, I would like to delve more into big problems faced by struggling small businesses today. I uncover some of the big mistakes that are happening, and I identify the one thing that could help propel them forward. When we are on a cycling treadmill, it's sometimes hard to get off the wheel, but understanding what is happening and acknowledging what we do and don't like can help us look for new answers. Steering clear of some of the common pitfalls is going to save you time, lost money, and wasted energy instead of focusing in the wrong direction.